sorry for the pressure of the recording now, but we want to hear what you guys think about what your ideas are for the engineering aspects. What are some pros and cons? What risks you guys see? So anybody and everybody's welcome to speak.
Nick, I don't know if you know this answer, but do you have a weight limit for the project?
Well, technically the boat's weight limit is like 1,700 pounds or 1,800 pounds. As of now, though, we haven't. That's going to be a kind of a work in progress with simulations and figure out how we can optimize things and calculating.
Because, like going with the motor, the size of your battery also actually affects your motor, because the bigger your battery, actually, the more power you can, send to your motor at one time. So, yeah.
Yep. That's going to be a huge challenge, is getting the full capability of our motor from our battery. Also, another thing that I wanted to mention to you guys is it looks like we'll be trying to design our battery now instead of just building it. So if you're interested in that, we'll be incorporating that into this project. Instead of just buying it, sorry.
I have a question. Do we know how big our boat's going to be? Because that might affect how big of a battery we're going to need. Also, like, what kind of strategy are we going for? Are we going for like a really light boat that's like fast, or like maybe something bigger that can carry a heavier battery? Like, do we have an idea of that?
So we have our boat from our sponsor, Zodiac Milpro. If you Google Zodiac Milpro and then go to their emergency rescue boats, it is the ERB 380. And there you can find all the specs for that online.
Oh, wait, say that again? I just want to write that down.
The Zodiac Milpro ERB 380.
ERB 380, thank you. So are we just like basing our design off their models?
Yeah, so they're giving us that boat, but the team, what the whole team is going to be doing is we're going to be looking for how we can optimize that speed. One thing that we should look into by recommendation of our advisor is super hydrophobic materials. Maybe we could cover it with a hydrocarbon or something like that, or maybe there's a spray that we could use on it. But that's something that we really want to investigate. And another thing that's going to be coming down the line for the whole team is we want to investigate our propeller design and our propulsion design. We want to have some brainstorming on what the best way we can do, what are some of the best ideas we can come up with for optimizing our flow to make our boat as fast as possible. So whether that's a propeller or maybe some sort of wave-like thing that we rig, could be a jet. We want to investigate all that and prove which is the best before we just blindly follow something. Maybe we can
use like Vaseline. You use like Vaseline or something that's cheap.
Yeah.
I guess another thing is is there gonna be a lot of waves here? Like, do we want the boat to like be like jumping up and down a bit, or is it just gonna be like pretty steady water?
No.
Thank you,
it should be pretty steady water. It's like in a bay, so like there will be some wake, but it'll be in open water, and our boat has to be like safe. But I guess it depends on the weather. I guess that's a better answer. But last year was pretty steady. Anybody else got any pitches that they want to make for ideas?
Not really an idea like relative specifically to the boat, but just more of like reiterating what you've said in like emails in the past. But if you're like a new member and like don't really know where to get started, definitely join one of the boat related task channels. And even if like you don't have any idea like what it's about, like you can still learn, and even sitting on the meetings just to get involved, and then like slowly you'll be integrated. But definitely just try and get as involved as possible.
And also, I want to mention, if you join those groups, then you'll know when the work is going on in the Slack. And also, I want to mention this. So every other week where it's not a sprint planning or sprint review session, we will be having these open floors. And these are when your opportunity to speak to the all the officers are for your ideas to be reviewed and final decisions to be made for addition to our project. So come prepared for these coming forward. I know we didn't really have a lot of time, but I just wanted to introduce these from the get-go. And come prepared, come with pros and cons, and we want everybody's ideas, and we're not going to give immediate answers in the meeting. We're going to talk about them after the meeting, but we want you guys to come with them, and then we'll take them on, every idea that's mentioned in here, into final considerations for additions to our project. Even if we talk about something in a sub-team task throughout the week, they really if you want the ideas to be finalized, we really should pitch them in here so that everybody can hear them, and all the officers are a part of the decisions. Any other ideas on the open floor that people want to speak about, or should we just move on?
I guess I don't know if this is like super pertinent to the boat, but what are we gonna do with the professors that like know stuff about batteries? Are we gonna like ask them for help and like ask them like maybe to contribute? I don't know how it's gonna work.
To be honest, I saw your message today, but I haven't had a chance to review that yet because I was at work. So I'm gonna look at that, and then we'll make a decision about that. We should have a meeting for the batteries this week. Let's try and those who are interested in working on the battery, make sure you're in the battery task team, and let's just have a meeting to make a little bit of a plan for that for the next sprint. All right. Anything else? Otherwise, I'm going to move on. All right, moving on. All right. Is anybody experiencing any blockers with completing any of their tasks for the sprints? Let's take this time to try and solve them if you are. Gonna give it another 15 seconds, and then I'm going to move on, assuming that nobody has blockers. All right.
And if you think,
Chris?
I was just going to say, and if you think that whatever you're thinking of might be a blocker, just say it, because a blocker is going to, motivate us to collaborate and obviously make a better decision going forward. So never be afraid to speak up. I mean, you can see our e-board chat. Like, I think we pretty much have a daily blocker with us. So like it's that we talk through. So
if there's something that came up in your mind for a split second when we mentioned blocker solving, mention that, because it's probably a blocker that's, if not blocking you now, will eventually.
I was gonna say, I think we mentioned it earlier in our meetings. I think I mentioned it a little earlier. It's just we need to figure out like where we're gonna be able to purchase things from our bank account. Like, I know we're probably not gonna be able to answer that right now, but I'm saying because in the nearby future that might be a problem. But obviously right now it's not a big deal because we're just trying to figure out what we want. But something to keep in mind.
All right, thanks, Cam. Anything else? All right, if that's the case, I'm going to move on now. All right, now I'm very excited for this part of our meeting. This is a huge part of Agile, is our Scrum stand-ups. And I'm not sure if you guys are aware, I know I've mentioned this before, but Agile really is Agile and Scrum are really the leading methods that you'll see if you're involved in innovation or industry, or especially in software or anything like that. I work at Philips and we just do product development and we use Scrum there. And I know a ton of people who use Scrum on in their co-ops. So it really is a great experience for everybody, I think, in my opinion. And I'm excited to be bringing it to this club. So with that going, we are going to use our collaborative Scrum Master method and introduce our first Scrum Master, Jack Mullen.
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm a junior chemical engineering here from Kennett Square, which is outside of Philly. I love basketball, football, golf, and other sports too. Love to watch basketball and football. I'm starting a co-op at City Brewery in the spring, which I'm really excited for. Fun fact about me is that I'm bigger than David Marcano, and I eat his bench press for breakfast. So yeah, come to my Scrum meetings, 2:20 to 2:35 on Mondays.
Let the record show that Jack does use a Smith machine to bench.
Let the record show that's cap. I only went to Planet Fitness a couple times because it was free. So thank you.
All right, we got next up, we have Dave Marcano.
Hey, what's up? I'm David. Definitely can bench more than Jack, but that's okay. I'm a junior mechanical engineer. I'm from Long Island, New York. As you can tell, I like cars a lot. That's my car in the picture. I work as a part-time mechanic, and my Scrum meetings will be at Tuesday at 3:50 on Zoom.
Nice. Dave, I think that's a really cute photo of you.
Yeah, she's pretty.
All right, next we have Parkable.
I'm Harkamal. You guys can call me H if that's too complicated for you. I'm a freshman's perspective mechanical engineering student. I'm from right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. My hobbies include football and martial arts. Unfortunately, the Steelers aren't doing so well this year, but such is life. My Scrum meetings will be from 9:30 to 9:45 a.m. on Wednesday.
Next up, we have Cassandra.
Hey, so I'm Cassandra. I'm a junior mechanical engineer. I'm from West Mifflin, PA. That's kind of like right next to Kennywood, if you know where that is. I also have a co-op with Oradan Power LLC. We're a solar provider. I'm a TA for mechanical engineer design. It's a sophomore class. I'm interested in renewable energies. That's what I want to go into. And some fun facts. I used to be a axe throwing coach before COVID hit. And I also have 2 cats. You can see them there. They're pretty cute. Also, come to my meetings, 1 to 1:15 on Thursday. I'll be excited to meet you.
There we go. And then we have Brendan Duff.
Hi, I'm Brendan. I'm a junior computer engineering student. What I'm most interested is working in robotics and wearable technology. I also play a lot of sports recreationally, as well as board games, something I really like to do. My Scrum meetings will be Friday mornings at 9 a.m.
Nice. And then we have our head Scrum Master, Shrey, who's going to try and keep all of these meetings cohesive.
Hey everyone, I'm Shreyas. You can call me Shrey if you want. I'm currently a junior computer engineer, and I'm from Pittsburgh, as you can tell by the 412, from Upper St. Clair High School. My interest is in quantitative finance, and my latest internship was in Novolon, which is 40 minutes away from here in Canonsburg. Had a great time there. A couple fun facts: I love to hike. If you look in the far right corner, that's Valley of Fire State Park in Nevada. I also went to Utah and did the Big Six there, and I just love photography. And that's my dog in the bottom left corner. His name's Oshi. So as Nick mentioned, I'm just here to facilitate all the meetings, and I'll be popping into all of them and making sure everything's going all right. And if you're not able to make any of these Scrum meetings somehow, just message me with any of your updates. If you have any blockers, and I'll make sure to relay it to the correct team. And please make sure to reach out to any of the Scrum Masters if you have any concerns. We're all here to help. That's our role. And that's the whole methodology of Agile. So with that being said, yeah, thank you.
All righty, thanks, guys. So I wanted to mention this about our stand-ups. Even if you guys don't have anything to share, attending these stand-ups keeps everybody in the loop, so you can find out what other people have done. You may be able to get an idea or help out on a project. So if you're able to, we ask that you just like log on. You don't even have to turn your camera on. Just if you're doing nothing, just click on the Zoom link, join up, find out what's going on. If you have an update, give an update. This includes the business team and everybody. We want to know where all the progress is as we're going through these sprints so that we're not just flying blind and then come a week and a half later and find out that we're nowhere near our goal. So please, if you can, attend these. They're not mandatory, but they are encouraged. And I think that they're a great way to keep everybody in the loop. And also you can gain skills for Agile and Scrum, which is a line on your resume, to be honest. And companies are looking for skills in these. So definitely worth it. Meetings are short. I'd say if you could at least get to 2 stand-ups a week, then you're doing great. Although there's no pressure, but I think that would be optimal. And if anybody wants to screenshot this, you can. Here is the meeting schedule for all of our Scrum Masters. We tried to stagger them so that if you had a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. class, you could at least come on Mondays. And we tried to make it so that your classes wouldn't be conflicting too much. So if you want that, you can have it. What we got next? And that is it. So take a look at these. You'll be getting an invitation for all of these meetings that you can add to your Outlook calendar so that you can just quickly click on it. And that'll be coming out. Expect that in the next couple of days. Our first stand-up will be tomorrow with Cassandra at 1 o'clock. So let's try and get that one off to a good start and get a good attendance there. Just bop in. It'll be real short. Do it while you're eating lunch or something. And just hear what people have to say. All right. I'm going to stick around in case anybody has questions.
Also, Zoom for that meeting and the general body chat tomorrow morning.
I couldn't hear you there, Cassandra. Sorry.
I'll throw a Zoom for that meeting and the general body chat tomorrow morning.
Sounds good. In the Slack?
Yeah.
Word.
We should also put this up like on Monday or something somewhere, just so people can always go back and reference it.
Yep, we should. And I will do that.
Yeah, just want to make sure. All right.